Hey, the Royal Nation, another edition of the Coach's Corner back here with head coach Steve Johnson after the Royals' big victory last week here at home, 28-24 over the Johnnies. And Coach, we can kind of be happy about it one more time before you have to move on. Just quick thoughts on a good win at home against a team that just takes everything out of you.
Yeah, we've had just great games. We haven't beaten them for a while, but we've had unbelievable games, and I'm so proud of our guys, the way they played, the way our coaches prepared everybody, and it was really a cool atmosphere. Our fans were awesome. The place was electric and it was packed, and it was really a fun day. And two really good teams, a couple of the better teams in the country going after it, and 28-24 game, and we came out on top this time, and that was good. So
let's start where it finished in the defense. 2 interceptions, both on the Johnnies' last drives as they were kind of marching down, one being kind of pinned inside their own 20. Defense just came up with big plays at the right time.
The defense, and they've been all year. Coach McElroy's got those guys humming, and we've got a lot of speed. One of the things that we've really improved on this year, and a lot of it's just been hard work, is our defensive front is really powerful, and they've gotten bigger, and Coach Meyer is, he's kind of the architect of all that. And so, but they start out the game with a 19-play drive, and it's like, that's what I'd like for Christmas on offense, But we have to deal with that, and the reason that I want to do that is I want to wear the other guys out.
Right.
Well, we play a lot of guys, especially up front, and that didn't come true for them, to where they didn't wear us out, and we played great defense to make it go 19 yards because they're really a gifted team. So that starts out that way, and then there's these big plays, and it's back and forth, and the lead was never more than 4. How it ended up, but it was back and forth, and just a great game, and Rosti played great, and they've got a great quarterback in Severson, and just a bunch of tools and a bunch of people that can really play both sides. Exciting. I think the fans, really got their money's worth. It was a blast.
Yeah, well, you talk about Rosti and having a good day, 3 second-half touchdowns, but really the guys in front of him in that O-line didn't allow a sack to a team that came in averaging 3.5 sacks a game. Something that's kind of been consistent with your O-line over the last couple of years is really protecting the quarterback and allowing, we had that big rushing touchdown for Bryce Kunkel, 45 yards in the response in that first quarter there, and just kind of how that line makes that happen.
Yeah, that was huge. Our offensive line is so proud of those guys, and at halftime, I felt really good. We were down 10-7, but I talked to those guys and kind of just getting a little temperature gauge. And man, they were confident, and they were excited to go, as excited as big guys get when they're resting. But it was really cool, and they played great, and they played 60 minutes and gave their heart away. So both our defensive and offensive fronts, were terrific, and we got 5 sacks and gave up none. And part of that's Rosti. He's pretty good at getting away, and he's hard to tackle. So, but it was just those guys, they just stayed level and they stayed in it, and it kind of showed at the end.
Well, now you officially get to turn the page. The schedule doesn't really get any easier this week when you have to go to Gustavus, arguably another tough team, especially on the road. How do you prepare for that, to go on the road to play a team like that, and another really big situation where you need to get a road win? Yeah,
Coach Haugen does an unbelievable job with those guys, and they've had a few injuries that have kind of made them, have to make some adjustments, and that's kind of dangerous too. And so we've got more to kind of think about. But really, at the end of the day, we have great respect for Coach Haugen and his guys, and they've got Thielen and Brightback, and they have got some stinking tools, and their defense is solid too. So every week is a big one, which leads you back to we want to prepare the same.
Right.
Fans, there's obviously thing we talk about. We want to understand their scheme the best we can, but we're not worried about who we're playing. We're worried about how we play. And we've got to play our brand of football and do things right. And I feel good about this team. We practice really well every day, and it doesn't kind of matter who's up, but it's what we preach, but the guys give it. And so I think there's a great piece to that is I think part of why we're pretty good.
Well, it should be a fun one. Royals travel just about an hour south down to St. Peter. They'll take on the Gusties, and what will be an exciting day for everyone in Bethel Athletics.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
We'll see you there. Kickoff 1 o'clock.